Всем привет, вы на канале GameCube, меня зовут Владимир. Сегодня мы посмотрим на такую демку, как Noiramore Academy. Игрушку мне предоставили разработчики, на что им огромное спасибо. Также заходим в сеттинг, если у нас тут русский, английский и все остальные дела. Так, X аудио. Как видим, русского, английского нету. Так, ну чё, пошли? New Games. Ничего про эту игру не знаю. Так что будем вместе узнавать.
Noiramore Academy, one of Drakenspyre's most prestigious schools with over 500 years of storied history. The current headmaster, Julius Claiborne, is a former general who runs our school with military precision and discipline. Our wonderful planet of Noiramore is home to a great many talents in resonetic abilities. And Noiramore's teachers are uniquely qualified in instructing such essential subjects. But while we specialise in resonetic talents, our other subjects are not taught any less thoroughly, and every student is encouraged to explore their unique talents in our extracurricular programs. Noiramore Academy guides our students to commit to their studies, keep sound minds, maintain their manners, and most importantly, behave in a manner befitting the reputation of our beloved institution.
Extortion, Miss Hovern. Is that really what you're up to now?
I wouldn't call it extortion, sir. I simply told the cafeteria cook that I would keep the existence of his pet vermin on the down low if he provided me with an extra brownie or two at lunchtime. It was mutual exchange that neither of us had issues with.
Yes, Judith, that's extortion. Of course he had issues with it. Thank goodness I caught you in the act.
Well, why am I the one sitting here in this office when it's the cook who is keeping vermin pets?
I've already talked with Mr. Seabrook, Judith. It's dealt with. And more importantly, none of your business. What concerns me is you. Sneaking around at night, lying to teachers, extorting staff. This is a decidedly concerning trend. Don't you want to be a good example for your sister?
Indeed. It must be hard enough for her to be younger than her classmates.
For the next month, you are not permitted to attend film club. Do you understand, Miss Hovern?
But, sir, I won't be able to see any movies outside of that club.
Hence why it's a punishment. Miss Nunatak will check that you aren't seen there.
I'll make sure of it.
Judith, head back to class, please.
Good old Seabrook didn't rat me out, it seems. Brownies weren't the only things I asked him for. Apparently, one of his old classmates from back in the day was really into puzzles. He set up some kind of secret puzzle in the history classroom years ago, and Seabrook never figured it out. Let's see if I can.
Вы поняли, это школа единорогов.
During the Onyx War, various battles were fought in the Inked Wastes. Some were relegated to land, others underground in the caverns, and many on the Inked Sea. Our fiefdom, Drakenspyre, went head-to-head against the fiefdom of Northburg in a horrid conflict spanning 4 years. It irrevocably changed our fiefdom forever. Miss Cabrera, no drawing in class. Can anyone here tell me why the Onyx War was instigated? Miss Landerhoof?
Yes, ma'am. The Onyx War was started due to Northburg spies sabotaging our resonetic ring production process. Northburg took advantage of this to sell their own rings in order to gain the kingdom's favour.
A good summation, Miss Landerhoof. Can anyone else tell me why it was the Inked Wastes that were chosen as the fateful battleground?
The Inked Wastes is between the two fiefdoms. Plus, it was where we mined our ore for the rings.
Excellent, Mr. Strumps. Now, what is it about the Inked Wastes that make it a particularly terrible place to fight a war? Miss Acre?
Oh, yes, Miss Grimsby. Well, the Inked Waste is a nasty, nasty place, full of hard creatures that will gobble you up and suck out all of your blood. Oh, and of course you can't forget to mention the Surge, which will suck you down into his deep depths and fill your lungs with tar, his tendrils digging deep into your brain until...
That's quite enough, Miss Acre. Oh, quite enough. Our unit this semester will be all about the Onyx War. Since it is the most recent major conflict in Drakenspire's history, we will be studying it in depth. And speaking of which, you may have heard tell that a new science teacher will be joining us this year to replace Mr. Mason. His name is Mr. Bagshaw, and he actually worked in the Research and Development Division of the Drakenspire Army. I'm sure he will have plenty to share with you that can enhance your education. Anyway, I am now giving you the rest of the period to work on the papers I assigned to you yesterday about the instigation of the war. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. Dismissed.
The note Seabrook gave me says
Да,
history
наконец
classroom.
нам дали игру.
Page number equals number of cave hounds times number of windows plus number of...
Ой, не то. И...
Guess I'll give the textbook shelf a look.
Угу.
Before I ask them, I should figure out what page number I'm looking for. That doesn't sound right. Before I ask...
Looking for. What pack I'm in looking for. И что это значит? Я же в английском не силен, поэтому отправляемся в наш любимый, нет, не домик дочери Габена, а в Google. О. Прикольная игра такая в черно-белых оттенках. Так. Ой, так, перевод. Чего? Какую страницу я ищу? О, интересно. Давайте первую. Нет, никакую не ищу.
That doesn't...
Так, ладно. О. Мы прям на уроке бегаем.
Becky? Nicholas?
What do you want?
Николас?
Nothing. Can't a friend just greet a friend without coming across as needy?
Huh, friend. Right. Leave us alone.
Единороги, олени, лоси. Лоси, лоси. А, прикольно. Вить, 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 вить. Это загадка. Как будто. Неудобно немножко управление.
Lady Judith! Greetings!
Hello, Sol.
Might I ask if the film club will have the honor of your presence today? We are watching Murder in the Depths, a delightful horror reel that combines Fellmorian and Noivesan directing technique. Additionally, I heard tell that real skeletons were used to depict the bodies of the murder victims. Oh, please refrain from informing any school staff of this fact. I do not wish to get into detention again for my interests.
I'm sorry, I just got into trouble with the headmaster. Can't join in film club for a while.
Oh, really? I'm simply crestfallen to hear such a thing. I do hope you may join us soon. A new batch of my skull-shaped cookies will be awaiting your arrival.
Deathly delicious, as you always say.
Indeed, I do.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned getting into detention at one point. What was that for?
Have I not told you of that incident? Ah, yes, this was from before we knew one another, I believe. In the library's radio room, I and several other students had met up to share our favorite radio shows. I turned the channel to my personal pick. As it went on, a few of the students seemed to become quite frightened. The librarian came in to check on us, and when he heard what we were listening to, well, he immediately took me to the headmaster's office. Unfortunately, I was banned from turning the channel ever again.
What exactly did you have them listen to?
A series detailing the stories of serial killers. A tad graphic, I must admit, but also rife with educational content.
What are you reading there?
An autopsy report, that's all.
Autopsy? Of who?
Baroness Belladonna Lattimore, a death from 30 years ago that many would consider suspicious. I am continuing my studies of famous deaths in order to increase my likelihood of becoming a forensic pathologist someday. That is my backup career plan if my status as a true princess is never officially acknowledged.
So you're
some things I've... Perhaps you might assist me?
That does sound like a good bit of fun. What's going on with the reenactment club? Becky.
Oh, are you planning on rejoining? Because...
I'm just curious.
I see. Well, our next grand reenactment is happening in a few days' time. It will...
Oh yeah, Grinsby mentioned that. And I think she said that non-club students are in... I know I can't become a club member, but I could probably help out a bit in the...
Lady Judith, you know that I cannot approve you or not. You would have to talk with Becky. Have you apologized to her yet?
No. Why should I have to? She was the one who started everything.
Are you sure her slights against you were reality rather than simply perceived?
I know what I saw. I can read people.
Not all books are of the same language. Other languages exist, and one person cannot know all of them. As a person who holds precious friendships with the both of you, this continued feud hurts my heart. Pray, consider taking the first step to end it.
I think...
Fashion about...
Fashion.
Hunting arrows. Bigger one. An old plate depicting Queen. Oh, come on, Judith. They're obviously a diorama of a typical... It's considered good, honest.
Nightclaw Judith, I need your help.
With what?
Well, my wings are that of a warrior. They are strong and my claws are sharp. All good traits of a warrior bats. However, well, sometimes I can wield them a little clumsily. And, I ripped a small hole when I was swooping past this dress.
Oh, Gina, this dress is 500 years old.
I know. If Grimsby sees, I might get kicked out of the school. But I've built my roost here. I can't get kicked out. As a fellow member of the Nightclaw clan, I am formally asking for your assistance, Judith.
It looks like the dress uses a particular stitch here. I don't know how to copy it well enough to pass Grimsby's inspection.
Squeak, squeak, squeak! Oh, I'm sorry. That was a curse word in battle language. I need to watch my tongue.
I'll try to find someone who could help. This sounds like something Becky would know.
Thanks, Nightclaw Judith. You are a valuable member of the clan.
The play's next week, right? Are you excited for all your method acting to finally pay off?
We
Okay,
Fluffbats
good.
have a great appreciation for the arts. I am happy to take part in the play and make my clan proud by representing our warrior hearts.
What's going to happen to your Fluffbat persona once the play is over?
I am a true bat at heart. I don't know what you mean by persona.
In another play she was in, she was cast as a janitor, and she cleaned the whole cafeteria. And when she was cast as a tree, she stayed outside and photosynthesized for hours. She's completely dedicated to the bit. Added anything neat to your roost lately?
Oh, yes, yes. I just added a hammock to sleep from. It's not traditional to my people, since they hang from the ceiling with their feet, but it is very comfortable, and it's hanging off the ground to keep me safe from predators.
Oh, that's right. She needed a hammock because she almost broke her horn when she tried to sleep while hanging from the rafters.
A question for you, Nightclaw Judith. I saw you've added a poster of a Psyquine man to your roost. Is this because you find him, what's the word in your language? Cute?
Gina, come on. That's just the poster for a detective holoreel. I'm not ready to like boys yet. I'm only 13.
Ну-ка. А это
The play's next week, right?
We fly.
What?
I am.
In another... She added anything neat to your roost?
Oh, yeah. I just added a hammock to.
Oh, that's right.
A question.
Gina, come on. That's just the poster for a detective holoreel. I'm not ready to like boys yet. I'm only 13. So, have you finished reading the Warrior Bat series?
Thrice over.
What? Aren't there like 50 books in the series?
It's important for me to know every detail for my Fluffbat cultural studies.
Gina, you do know those aren't accurate to real Fluffbats, right? It's a fantasy fiction series.
Have you read them? Have you studied anything about Fluffbat behavior or history?
Well, no.
Then don't tell me what I do or do not know about my own species. Thank you.
Так.
Before I ask them,
Так. Вроде там 13 сказала.
that doesn't sound right.
С этим деревом еще было связано.
A Corvinstone crystal. I wonder if a royal is buried under this tree. The king of class clowns. Mrs. Bit of an odd duck, that. She says that about 15 years ago, she was attacked. Now, she uses a wand. She's a nervous wreck of a person. Almost makes me feel sorry for her.
Можно я палочку ее возьму? Блин. Все такие прилежные, сидят, читают книжки.
That's Deacon. His dad, he fixed up the old...
Judith, hey, have you finished the paper yet?
Naturally.
Ha! Well, I'm just a tad worried about getting it done on time. Especially because I'm just not getting it. Mrs. Grimsby's teaching style is, well...
Atrocious.
I was going to choose a kinder word, like peculiar?
That's the meanest thing I've ever heard coming out of your mouth.
But it's hard for her to teach about a war when she gets queasy over just mentioning death or blood. She's definitely skipping out on some important stuff. Can you summarise the cause of the war a bit more clearly for me?
Alright, alright. Don't tell me I never did anything for you. The fiefdoms of Northburg and Drakkenspire have been at odds for hundreds of years, ever since they were first established by brothers with bad blood between them. Our fiefdom of Drakkenspire was known for the production of excellent resonetic augmentation rings. This was due to the high-quality ore mined from our territory in the Inked Wastes. These rings rose our standing with the king, drawing the jealousy of Northburg. 25 years ago, however, many rings were found to be dangerously faulty, to the point that some who used them lost their resonetic talents altogether. A misinformation campaign was launched that said it was due to Baron Leoric of Drakkenspire pursuing cheaper mining in areas with ore tainted by the Surge. Royal investigations were launched. In the meantime, Baron Neirath of Northburg offered to sell his own rings and provide medical assistance to the affected fiefdoms. The king began to favour Neirath and granted him the right to mine in the Inked Wastes. Soon, however, the king's spies revealed the truth. A double agent, supposedly working for Drakkenspire, had manipulated documents to direct miners to the tainted areas, making it look like Baron Leoric had ordered it. Once the truth was revealed, tensions between the fiefdoms skyrocketed. Leoric, furious, mobilized his troops and marched upon the Inked Wastes, intent on taking his mines back. Neirath sent out troops in response, declaring that he still had legal right to the land. A battle began. The initial conflict was very bloody, very quickly, since Drakkenspire's citizenry were incensed at Neirath's actions. The fervour of combat led to some of the Northburg miners to be killed in the fray. Since they were civilians, Northburg's soldiers fought back with a similar anger. Meanwhile, the king was mad with Leoric for engaging Neirath, since the investigation was not closed, and he'd bypassed royal authority by sending out troops. As such, the king did not take sides, leading the fiefdoms to engage in combat exclusively with the other, as other fiefdoms were not permitted to become involved. The war lasted for 4 years and was fought almost entirely in the Inked Wastes. The area was already known for its strange, twisted evils, horrid beasts and the infection of the Surge on the land. Brutal bloodshed and new types of resonetic weaponry only twisted the place further. One can only be glad we were born after it was all over, eh?
Huh.
Вот тебе и
I
рассказ.
think I'm getting it a bit more now. Thanks, Judith.
No problem.
You mentioned resonetic weapons affecting the land. Did those help or hurt the Surge? Oh, and what happened to Lord Neirath after the war?
This whole unit is going to be about the war. You'll learn that stuff soon enough. And if you don't get it, I'll drill it into your skull, knucklehead.
Ha ha. Thanks.
What are you doing?
Sketching the window. I've always liked it.
Your church?
I used to want to take over for my dad, but now I've been thinking of building a church of my own.
Already got your life planned out for yourself, huh? You're only 13, Deacon. Lighten up a little.
Don't you have any dreams for yourself when you're older? You're not going to be exploring...
I mean,
You? Dreaming to be a
You got me.
That sounds more like you. Detective...
I can already imagine it. Any plans for the treehouse?
Yeah.
We could take apart the door on
Judith.
Alright, alright. If I come across any. A statue of a cave hound. They don't have eyes. Additionally, they have...
Умею прыгать. Так.
These to prevent... I heard...
Так, сказал бедняк. А что мне сделать-то надо? Так.
That's Deacon Vespsia. He fixed...
Да я не это хотел. Так, escape меню. Ага. Не то меню. Так. У меня есть перо. Нет. А зачем перо? Не то. Так. Переведем. Так, подсказка друга. Подсказка головоломки, которую поставил друг Броуда. Какая подсказка? Хлоя друга? Какая Хлоя?
Leave us alone.
Nicholas, I need to talk to Becky.
Why should she help you with anything?
I don't need help. This is Virginia, not me. She accidentally tore a hole in the dress over there, and I'm gonna stitch it for her. But I don't know how to do those fancy old ones. Again, this isn't me, it's Virginia. You know she's too shy to ask people outside her clan.
Yeah, that's true. Becky?
For Gina. Here. I studied that dress a while ago. What seam was torn?
Look like the
Becky
part with
похожа
the
на
lace
Круэллу.
at the bottom.
Такие
Easy
два
enough
вида
fix
волос.
as long as the lace wasn't too frayed. Use the stitch in this book on page 27. Give Gina my regards.
Так, что тут говорится? Google, не гугли. Из моей просьбы. Текст. Читаем. Так. Перейди в свой инвентарь или используй колесо прокрутки, чтобы выбрать предмет. Выбрать предмет, используя взаимодействие, чтобы использовать предмет с кем-то или отдать его кому-то. Не работает. Так. Ай.
Leave us a...
Nicholas Becky leads the school's historical reenactment club. She's a real stickler for accuracy, to an obnoxious degree. Nicholas is her boyfriend. Becky hasn't... But I only...
Так, ладно.
Before...
Да блин, нет.
Gina, look what I've got.
Nice cloth, Judith. What is it?
I've got a guide on how to make that stitch to repair the dress, and a needle and thread.
By the great bat's wings! Thank you. Can you help me repair it? I'm afraid my claws would only tear it more.
Sure. Watch this.
Так. Что у нас тут? Ой, а тут у нас... так. Используйте мышь, чтобы заставить иглу следовать шагам выкройки. Толкни, чтобы сделать стежок. Блин, какая ужасная сенса. Блин, ну реально. А я выйти в меню не могу ничего сделать. Так. Второй стежок. Ой. Третий стежок. Пятый стежок. Блин. Вообще ужасно. Ну все. Типа так. Все понял. Все понял. Да быстрее давай, собака. Вот я делаю 300 раз вот это, чтобы пройти. Так. Так. Ну да, правильно. А в чем прикол? О! Нифига себе, заработало как быстро. А чё ж ты раньше так не работала? Я немножко не понимаю, а в чем прикол? Какая-то многоходовочка. Уносится как угорелый потом. Во.
There you go, all repaired. Grimsby shouldn't know the difference.
Ой.
Thank you once again for your help, Knight Claude Judith.
Да,
May the
пришлось
great
помучиться.
bat, leader of our clan, bless you this day, and may your catch of rodings always be juicy. Here, take a lunch coin.
Thanks, Gina.
О, монету дала Джина. Зачем нам монета? Коин какой-то.
Leave us alone.
Может, им монету надо дать?
Leave us.
Я понял. Ага. Так. Тебе не надо монету? Нет. А монету? Тебе? Нет. Всё?
Before I ask them, I should figure out what page... that doesn't...
Блин, а какой я...
Before I ask
Да
them,
блин, отстань.
I should figure out what page number I'm looking for.
Один.
That does...
Нет. Так, а что по заданию дальше? Looking токен. Вот токен. Кому токен? Так, жетон на обед. Жетон на обед используется для получения еды. Еды. От кого еды? Не, у меня есть жетон на еду,
A model of one of the submarines used in the war. They were gradually phased out after the monsters in the Inked Sea were mutated by psi bombs and destroyed subs on sight. A knight's help. Besides, I should ask the book sprites for help.
Oh, Miss Hoven, is your paper done? You're scampering about as if it were?
Yes, miss. I put it on your desk yesterday.
Oh, yes, of course. Carry on. Unless you have any questions about future assignments.
So, I guess we're in the Onyx War unit now, huh? How long will we be studying it?
Till the end of the semester. It's an incredibly important part of our recent history that affected many aspects of our current day lives and politics. You have a good head for these topics, so I trust you will do well with it. And, please, do not include any battlefield photos in your presentations again. You know, I haven't the stomach for it.
Aha. Of course, miss. I may not be able to get away with it anymore, but other students will be doing that now. She pays less attention to the actual quality of the presentation, since she's too distracted by her disgust. And after all, she can't very well dock points for accurate visual reporting or historical fact. By the way, miss, I thought I saw you carrying a big net near the stables yesterday. What was that about?
That couldn't have been me, Judith. Why would I have a net?
That's what I was wondering. Hence why I asked you.
Oh, no. Wasn't me.
Is that romance book on your desk part of the curriculum?
No. Just a little something to read during lunch. Completely school appropriate, I assure you. Teachers need a bit of downtime entertainment too, child. No need to be nosy.
Ah, but curiosity is my speciality, miss. Is that not the foundation of learning?
No need to be disingenuous, which, coincidentally, is also a speciality of yours. You and I both know you're smart enough to tell the difference between nosy and curious.
You flatter me, miss.
Может, ей надо все передать? Нет. Что-то с бабочками там связано у нее было. Слушай, Баттерфляй, ты где? Кстати, панцушота нету. Блин, обидно. Но есть хвост. Видно хвост. Ой, ладно, это все случайно. Так, а как его? Да подожди ты. Может тебе это... Нет? Нет. А чё по заданиям? Так, это понятно. А какие-нибудь там миссии, не миссии, что-нибудь? Где написано это все? Где? Так. Я немножко не понимаю. На звонки не отвечаю. Здесь он солдатиков можно попередвигать. Зачем, только непонятно. Причем так интересно, внизу квадратик и вверху квадратик. А чем они связаны? М? У меня солдатиков тут не хватит. И зачем это все сделать? Что это вообще означает? Я не понимаю. Так. О, кстати, это...
A sword, used by one of Corveth's knights. I don't know why it isn't behind glass. Grimsby has more faith in her students than I do, I guess.
Так, ну чё?
The play's next.
We fluff bats of a...
What's going to happen
I am a true better...
in another play? She's complete.
Oh yeah, I just...
Oh, that's right.
A question.
Gina, I'm not ready. Added in.
А, блин, это я
Gina,
нажал
I'm not...
случайно.
Thrice. It's a...
Gina.
Have you read... Then don't tell...
Джина. Джина, Джина. Нет крокодила. Нет. Тоже нет. Блин, а как выйти? Или тут нельзя выйти? Так. А-а-а. А кому книжку тогда? Не понял. Книжку мы добыли. Значит, что-то говорил про 13.
Doesn't sound right. Before I ask them, I should...
Ладно, давайте 2. Тоже нет. Стоять. Да блин, а что тебе надо?
Bit of an odd duck. She said, now, she's a
Ничего и нельзя. Это с палочкой связано.
So,
and after... So...
till the end of the semester. It's an incredibly important part of our recent history. You have... and...
I may not be able to get away with it anymore, but other students will be doing that now. She pays less attention to the actual quality of the presentation, since she's too distracted by her disgust. And after all, she can't very well dock points for accurate visual reporting or historical fact.
Отвлекает ее отвращение.
By the way, miss, I thought I saw you carrying a big net near the stables yesterday.
That couldn't have been me, Judith. Why would I have a net?
That's what I...
Oh, no.
Is that romance book on your desk?
Teachers...
Ah,
no need...
you flatter...
Непонятно, что делать. И как выбраться отсюда? А! Пирт. Персон. А, так прикольно. Мы вот были в одной комнате, потом во вторую мы... То есть в этой комнате я не могу, а в этой не могу. Вон. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ага, прикольно. Ну, а что вы хотите? Это демка. Пока доступа к ней нету, но... Смотрите. То есть у нас доступ есть пока что к одной комнате. Ну, в демке. И все. Причем, как интересно, смотрите. Тут у нас такое окошко, но без стены. А! О, там что-то еще внизу. Ладно, давайте на этом закончим. Всем спасибо, кто смотрел это видео. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте пальцы вверх или вниз. Пишите комментарии, на все отвечайте. Мы увидимся где? На гейм-клубе. Всем пока.